Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not gonna happen this video, but that's all right. We'll watch my mouth another day. Joining me on location while she on vacation, my dedicated bestie, Mrs. Best. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hello. Aloha. All of that.
Yes,
I'm in
y'all.
Hawaii. Hey, y'all.
She's she's in Hawaii on vacation and she real dedicated. And I said, like I said, because I was planning to do this alone, but she told me no, I'll be there. And I said, oh, okay. I ain't gonna twist your arm, but yes, come on. Hey, Kevin Reynolds, thank you for
Hi
joining
there.
us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you being here tonight. So, y'all, we gotta talk about this episode because it was crazy. This episode was on 1,000, and I feel I watched it one time and I felt one way, and then when I watched it the second time, I now felt the other way. So it's crazy what watching it with a different perspective can do for you. I probably wasn't in the right state of mind to watch it the first time, so that's why when I watched it the second time, it all clicked and made sense. So let's get into this foolishness that they must have us watch. So the scene opens up with Melody showing up to they're in the Virgin Islands, right? St. John, I think some one of them. And they get to the venue is beautiful. The Airbnb that they rented for them is absolutely stunning. They had a infinity pool that looked over the water. Oh, that is my type of vacation, y'all. That is my type of vacation. So Melody is there with her single friends, which are Dr. Shanita from Football Wives. I finally figure out where St. Thomas. Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate you. That's why I love you in the chat. St. Thomas, and so Shanita from Football Wives that's the TV show she's from. I finally Googled her. So yeah, she's from Football Wives. And then you had her other friend Lauren, who I always see her on Mel's in IG posts a lot. So she has those two friends. So apparently those are her real friends outside of the show. So they're going through the Airbnb. It looks great. We met the chef. We met the entertainment. And so Mel was like, okay, so what we need to do is we need to pick our rooms and then we need to assign the rooms to everybody because I don't want them fighting over a room. So the ladies go and pick out the room. Mel, of course, gets the deluxe suite. It was beautiful, had a nice view, nice, jacuzzi tub, shower, it was beautiful. Shanita and Lauren had to fight over the second best room, and Lauren ended up winning that room. And so Shanita took the next grand suite that's on the main level. Lauren is her best friend and college roommate. Okay, thank you, because I don't know who Lauren is. I just know I saw her on her IG a lot. I don't really pay attention to this cast that much. So from that point on, the lady's like, okay, well, we're going to go downstairs because I believe that's where all the other rooms are. So they see a room with another single and they were like, okay, well, we'll scatter out, and they see a room with two doubles. And she goes, okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Stormy and Trisha in this room because they're close and they're good friends. So I'm gonna put them in this room. And then she carries on to another room, which was usually assigned to kids because there's three bedrooms. They're like full size beds in different corners of the room. So she said, you know what? I'm going to put Kimmy and Letitia in this room because they're sister in law. So I'll put them in this room. And then Tisha has a plus one. So I'll put the plus one with them as well. So it actually works out. And then what we'll do is the room with the single bed, we'll put Miss Nail in that room. So everything works out. And so they were like, and then she looks at her text. She goes, "Oh, Sunny. Okay. Do you know what? There was a room way out there, secluded. Let's put Sunny over there because a lot of the girls are not feeling her for whatever reason." So she decides to put Sunny into like a private corner room, which honestly is fair because none of the ladies are feeling Sunny. So why would they put her in the midst of all the rest of them when they're not really feeling her right now? So speaking of the other ladies, they arrive at the airport and they're all complaining. First complaint of the night is, "Oh my God, my bags. This is why I need my husband, my bags." And I'm just like, "Oh God, here we go." So as they're walking in, we see legs walking, and you know what's funny is at first I was like, I was like, "Oh shit, here come Destiny finna mess up the trip," and it was actually Sunny. So Sunny actually got there when all the rest of the ladies got there, and they're all shocked to see her. They were like, "Oh hell no! I know Sunny didn't just walk up." And the only person who hugged her and really greeted her was Kimmy. The rest of them are like, oh, hey, hi. And she speaks to everybody. She says hi to everybody. So it wasn't Sunny. Sunny wasn't on nothing. She said hey to everybody. And anybody who was willing to give her a hug, she was willing to hug them back. So cool. Mrs. Best, I have to ask you, how did you feel the ladies' reception towards Sunny was? Like, do you feel like they were in their right to not really engage with her, or do you feel like they could have been a little bit more warm-hearted to her a little bit since she's on the trip with them?
These women act like they so close to destiny, and they're not. They're not. And they're not going to sit here and play with us and make us think that they are, because they're not. At the end of the day, ain't nothing that happened with Sunny and Moses and Destiny got nothing to do with them. It does not impact them.
Yeah,
And Mel didn't invite Destiny, so it shouldn't
right,
be no big thing that Sunny is there. I don't understand it. I agree with what you said, Kevin. They were very nice, nasty for no reason. And these are a bunch of women that's pushing 40 and some of them way past that. So I feel like if me at 32 has learned not to be into those types of behaviors when in friend groups or girls trips, because that does always happen with girls trip. Girls are finicky and temperamental as hell, but ain't got nothing to do with y'all whatsoever.
right,
So the
exactly.
saltiness can like go away.
Exactly. So they all get in the van. Sonny gets on their last, and they're even making like remarks, especially Miss Nail, which got on my nerves because I'm just like, oh, here you go. Here you go. You ain't even 10 minutes in St. Thomas and you already just messing up. So they're all in the van, and Stormy is talking about how she has separation anxiety from her son. And Sunny takes this initiative to try to bond with the, and I'm gonna give it to Sunny. I really am. Sunny did try, y'all. She tried the entire episode to really try to fit in, and they were just really making it hard for her. And I hated it because it's like I don't want to take up for Sunny because I do feel like there was some bullshit to that relationship. But at the end of the day, Moses and Destiny were not married, so I don't understand what the big deal is. But Sunny tries. She tries to have a moment with Stormy. She goes, "Are you gonna have any more kids, Stormy?" And Stormy said, "Oh yeah, we're in the plans of doing that now. I'm actually trying to find a surrogate." And she goes, "Oh yeah, well I just had 2 sessions of IVF, and when you say that you have 2 sessions of IVF, that means that they have both failed if it was not successful." So Stormy did kind of feel for Sunny at that moment because she immediately apologized, and Sunny took that, and I think that that was really nice of Stormy. I appreciated it because y'all already making this girl feel uncomfortable, and she's sharing a very personal moment, which also the least y'all can do is be empathetic, at least because all of y'all are mothers on this bus. So the least y'all can do is, try to, reason with her. This further confirms why I never liked Nail. Saw her slip when she first hit the TV screen. I'm starting not to like Nail either. I'm starting not to like her either. Like at first, I was cool with her, but at the end of the day, she really showed her ass this episode. But so let's get to the Airbnb, and Melody is very cheerful, welcoming them in. She's greeting everybody by name, making sure everyone feels loved, welcome. She gets them drinks and she shows them around the villa. And she tells them that the room situation is you guys have to go and find your room because there are name tags in the room. But what she didn't say to Miss Nell is, Miss Nell, you're not going to have one, but your room. And this is where I kind of fault Mel a little bit because maybe we wouldn't have had this big ass scene for 30 minutes with her. But she should have told me, she said, Miss Nell, you're not going to have a name tag because unfortunately they didn't get to print yours. But your room is the big room downstairs. That's what she should have told her. So, but she didn't. And so when they're walking downstairs, the girls are confused. And I think they all went to Sunny's room first. So they were like, okay, whose room is this? And it says Sunny on the bed. And Sunny said, yep, get out my room. This my shit. Get out. And I was like, yes, Sunny, tell them. Get out your room because I don't like how they treated you. So that was the biggest, yes, kicking the ass that they needed. Get out my room. So they all go downstairs and they see, that the rooms are situated a little differently. We got the doubles and we got the triples. And as soon as they saw the room with the triples, they were like, oh, hell no. Like, why would she put us in this? And Tisha in her confessional talking about, oh, okay. Kevin Riddle spoke. Okay. I felt like she could have gave her a fair warning, but but hey, okay. I appreciate that, Kevin Riddle. Thank you. But it was so funny when Tisha saw the room. She gonna say in her confessional, Mel picking this room for us really shows me how she really feels about us. And I said, Tisha, should I read Tisha now? Should I wait till the dinner? Actually, I'm gonna do both. Tisha.
You're probably gonna have to read Tisha like intermittently throughout the recap.
Here's the thing. I agree. I agree with you when I first watched this, but when I saw it the second time, and what happened with the second time I watched the episode before because I had to wait till this one got on because my DVR didn't catch it. So when I watched this the second time around, I actually feel differently because I felt that way the first time. I did. I felt this way the first time, but the second time I watched it, I did not. And let me tell you why. If we go back to the last episode when Tisha said, "Hey, I'm going to bring a plus one. Is that okay?" Mel said verbatimly that I don't care, but I don't know what the room situations are going to be. So you may end up having to share a room with her. And Tisha's like, "Oh no, I don't think I'm going to share a room with her." And then Mel said, "Well, that's on you." So when I watched that the first time, when I watched that, when the episode came on and I saw that, I was like, okay. So now coming back to this episode, that's exactly what happened. So I can't get mad at Mel for that because she said, hey, I don't know what the room situations are going to be. So you may end up having to share a room with your plus one. So, Mrs. Best, this is where I'm going to need you on this one. How did you feel about that?
Listen, I just I don't know the room thing. They all irked me. I do feel like to some extent Tisha's tripping, but at the same time, I also kind of agree with a bitch stay winning. Hello, by the way. That Melody did kind of show her true colors. Like, you don't like these girls, you don't like these girls, but then they are doing a job, so she has to invite them. So, but Tisha just don't know how to be a guest
And
anywhere.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I kind of felt like I felt that way at first. I did. I felt like it was shady of Mel to do that, and maybe it is still a little bit shady. But and yes, that's what I still think she was trying to be slick on the low. But at the same time, she did pre warn her. So because she pre warned her, I have to say, hey, Tisha fell into that. Now I think Kimmy, on the other hand, has every right to be mad. Absolutely. I will say justice for Kimmy for this one because Kimmy was collateral damage because she didn't have to put Kimmy in that situation. She could have just put Destiny and Tisha in that situation because Tisha did ask for this. So I think overall, I kind of feel like Kimmy was the collateral damage rule. So she should be mad. But as we're coming over to this episode, Nell comes running upstairs and said, Mel, I ain't got no name tag. Where's my room? I can't find my room. Why everybody got a name tag but me? And I'm looking at Nell like, oh my God, here we go. It said, I'm like, man, you are the elder of everybody in here. And why does it have to be this issue? All you had to say was, hey, Mel, I didn't find my name tag. Is my room somewhere else other than downstairs? And Mel calmly said, Miss Nail, you have a big room. It's all secluded. It's huge. It's by it. And you don't have to share anything with anybody. It's all for you. But I feel some way about that, Mel. I wanted a name tag. Why don't I have a name tag? She's so stuck on this name tag. I'm like, oh my gosh, she just told you your room downstairs. You got a big old room. It's secluded. You ain't got to share it with nobody, no nothing. She's so steady on this name tag because she does not feel included. And I get it, y'all. I get it. I'm not trying to be playing on Miss Nail's feelings. She doesn't feel included. But at the same time, you ain't got to throw this big ass tantrum. You have a room. I don't understand this. And Mel, and I'm about to get to that. They say when Mel said, "Look, I put you in there because you're the oldest one of us all." She was throwing shade at her, that the oldest one, but at the same time, it is true at the same time. But she gave it a cleanup. She said, "Hey, but you don't look it. You don't look, the age that you are. You look great." And she goes, "You gonna stop playing me with that, that age thing now? You gonna stop playing with?" I'm just like, "Oh Lord." So at the same time that Miss Nail is throwing this tantrum, Kimmy and Tisha walk outside because they're pissed about the room situation. And Sunny, being the messy person that she is, I actually kind of like Sunny this episode. I'm not gonna lie. She was really like doing that producer thing where she was just kind of being antagonistic. I saw you, Sunny. It was good. So so Mel immediately goes, no, wait, hold on. I'm skipping the scene. Sorry, y'all. I forgot. There you go. They ran outside, man. And Trisha comes outside and she goes, well, who is Shanita and all that? Why they got their own private rooms and y'all in the dungeon with sharing a room? And they're all like, right, exactly. They're all feeling the kind of way. Now, let's play devil's advocate. Mel did not shade in our household. Where was the lie? Well, damn. Kimmy's she is. No, she is. She's definitely closer to her age. Absolutely. Sunny is cool. She just needs to admit that she's a trap. I don't think she needs to admit that. I mean, it is what it is. She ain't doing nothing no different than somebody else has done with their person at one point or another. It's just, they were not married. They weren't together, according to both of them. Destiny said it too. They weren't together. Now, was he love bombing her in text messages? I'm sure, but that's not the same thing. Yeah, no. But I'm gonna say it like this. I feel like OWN paid for this trip. So in that instance, I understand being a main cast member of the show and me not having my own room when it's our job that paid for this. I understand Tisha and Kimmy if I'm looking at it from that perspective. But from the viewer's perspective, this is Mel's trip. And Mel organized the room based on the accommodations of the other parties and who would get along.
Listen, they irritated me. Everybody irritated me about the rooms, especially Nell's round little ass crying about a damn name tag. That was the most irritating thing that I have ever experienced. But in my personal experience, I know this is for a show and all of that. But in real time, if you didn't put in, shut the fuck up. You get the room that you get. You're not going to be in the room a lot anyway if you're vacationing correctly. You should be doing activities at the beach, having fun, or drunk, sleeping on the floor, on the couch. I don't know. But if you didn't put in on the room, and then in addition to that, for Tisha, you said you was coming with a +1 on someone else's trip, a +1 that you know is going to be a little bit controversial, problematic. You don't get to complain about nothing. You just don't. So everybody crying about the rooms irritated me, but especially Nell, because she really didn't have a reason to be upset. Who cares if your name's not there? The room is for you. Who cares? So I'm going to just say that. Anybody, and I may sound cheap, so if you didn't put in on the trip, shut the hell up and sleep where you can. Hell, make no sense. Y'all in St. Thomas. Either way, whichever room you're in, you're waking up to a view.
Yes. And that was, I think, Mel's point about it. Mel's point was like, look, if the shoe was on the other foot and I brought my +1s here, we all three would be in that room and be just fine. It's a trip. Let's just call it what it is. And I feel like, yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. So when it comes to Sunday producing again, she has the ladies or Miss Nell go out there and check on them. And Miss Nell, once again, was tripping. Because Mel's trying to reason with Letitia and Kimmy. And I totally get it. Like, this is where I kind of feel like, Mel, you kind of needed to apologize and say, hey, I didn't know it would make y'all feel this way. I thought I was doing what was best for the accommodations from what you said you wanted a +1. And I really feel like, once again, she should have directed Kimmy to, apologize for putting her in a situation with Tisha. That's all I'm saying. I don't know I only can go based on what she's saying. She's saying that she would have been cool with the situation. I don't know. Based on her personality, I don't think so either, if we're basing it solely based on that. But we're talking about the network paying for the situation. And if they directed Kimmy or Tisha to host a trip versus her, we would have, I mean, I don't know what that outcome would be, but I would like to trust that that's what it would have been. So Miss Nell was all like, look, I know in Houston, everything and everybody's accommodations was messed up, and I own that. But we here now, so y'all just need to suck it up. And Kimmy went, that lip started quivering. She was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Where is this coming from? Why are you doing this right now? She go, I'm just saying, I didn't even have a name tag and all this and that. And y'all, and I'm sandwiched in between y'all asses in your strip. Kimmy was like, and that's when Kimmy started chest up. You could tell Kimmy was pissed about all of this situation. And Nell was the icing on the cake. She was like, okay, see, you're not about to do all of this. You're not about to sit up here and try to come and check us about something. We hear you. We okay with it. We done worked it out. So why are you coming outside? She goes, I don't know, but y'all just need to suck it up and come out here. And Tisha was like, Nell, you need to calm down. And then you gotta fix your nipple. And so she said, don't do that, Letitia. Don't do that. Don't touch me. And they were like, okay, you really need to chill. And Mel sitting over there laughing. I said, Mel, this shit is not funny. Like, you need to take control of this situation. This is not funny. You need to tell Miss Nell to go back in the house and tell her to calm down and continue talking with Letitia and Kimmy so y'all can rectify the situation. I didn't like that Mel was kind of like laughing at like that shit. That shit was not funny. It was really ridiculous and stupid because y'all ain't been in St. Thomas 3 or 4 hours and y'all are already going at bats with each other. So Miss Nell walked back in the house as Kimmy's like really just chesting up, walking up, and they're both talking mess to each other. So Nell walks out. She goes, "See, that's the problem with them. I'm not the one. I whoop their asses." And I'm just looking at her like, Miss Nell. Oh my god, like, ugh. Like it was like I couldn't get with Miss Nell, y'all. I was trying. I was like, Miss Nell, come on, like you is doing the most.
Miss Nell knew she was doing the most. And I also feel like she knew at one point that she was tripping and should have like reframed or apologized, but it seemed like her pride wouldn't allow her to, admit that she was tripping.
Hmm. Absolutely, and that's the thing. I feel like she. It makes me wonder: is she the baby sibling of her family? Because she gives me that baby syndrome. Just be hollering, just be loud, just so she could be heard. It's like she wants to be heard, and it's like we hear you, we see you. And so it was like, oh, absolutely. I was like, oh my gosh. So finally, the mood chills down where they all sit in a circle and they have the men dancing and everyone's laughing, having a good time. And that was good to see. I'm actually, and I think this was it too about Nail too. I agree with you, Kevin Reynolds. I do. And I agree with a bit say when it's they all too old for this shit. They should be in these rooms and just trying to have a good time. It's a free vacation. I would love a free vacation. I wouldn't care where I sit as long as ain't no roaches or snakes. We good. So as they're coming up in Mel and Mel's cutting it loose, she was grinding all up on the little boy. I said, "Well, damn." Right? I felt like that too. I was like, they wasn't the most attractive. I thought the chef was the most attractive one out of all of them. But hey, it is what it is. They enjoyed it. They liked it. I love it. So they all sit at the table, and this is where shit go left real quick. So I'm gonna pull out the scenarios for everybody and just kind of place it in. So Tisha starts the conversation with the single friend comment. She goes, "Well, Mel, why you say you had to bring your single friend? Like, what was that all about? Like, why you had to put it like that?" And Mel was like, "That's because that's what they are. We're single. Y'all are married, and." To be honest, y'all, Mel would have been on the trip had she not invited Shanita and Lauren. She would have been on the trip, being the only single one until Destiny got here, but Destiny wasn't there yet. So, and she goes, Mel's like, I think she thinks that no, Tisha goes, I think she thinks the single friends are just more funner. She said the word funner than, the married ones. And everyone was like, the single friends, can be a lot more fun than the married ones because the married ones tend to, have a little bit more. Well, Nell used the word boundaries, which really wasn't the correct term to use. Reserved was the more appropriate word to use because boundaries, yes, but boundaries can't be in a placement of, you know, fun, and then reserved is more so like you're trying to not show that you're being disrespectful to your husband who's back home. So I think that that's would have been the better word. And Shanita and Tisha go at it a little bit, not so much like in an argument confrontation. They just have different prospects on what they feel a friend is. And I really enjoyed Shanita in this moment because when she told Mel, she said, watch her. I was like, yeah, because she kind of got a point. Because the question was posed to Tisha, can you be in a environment with someone you don't like? And Tisha said, yeah, we're all adults here. And Stormy chimes in and said, yeah, because she doesn't even like me, but she's sitting next to me. And that's when Shanice's like, well, you need to watch her. And Tisha's like, wait. What does that mean? What that mean? Watch me. She goes, because you can be in this environment with someone you don't like. And I think she was trying to say in this long explanation that Tisha's passive aggressive, which she is. We're not going to sit here and act like she's not. Um, I think Shanita's light in her skin. She was saying this by watch her. She didn't have to say that in her face. Yeah, but somebody got to get the drama started on this show because what would they have done? Just sat there and got along. So I do understand what you were saying. Yeah, that is what is called fake. Damn. Okay, y'all. I would say all that, but Mrs. Best, how did you feel about the exchange between Shanita and Letitia in the beginning?
I didn't mind it too much. Shanita didn't really say anything to me that was not true. So I didn't mind it. With Tisha, Tisha can't stand no type of feedback unless it's positive. That's what I've noticed. So unless it's something wholly positive, she's not going to accept or hear it. But I think everybody needs to watch Tisha. I'm tired of seeing Tisha on this show. I'm tired of it. I feel like if you removed her from the show, then at the very least, this show could potentially be a lot better. She causes, in my opinion, a lot of unnecessary drama, especially when she's drinking. Especially when she's drinking. And I understand they're on the show and, you know, they kind of have to make little things sometimes in the drama, but I don't know, it's too much. And it seemed like Tisha got a problem with a lot of people, but they act like she cool. And I do agree with Shanita. Them is the type of people you need to watch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You need to watch them because how you causing problems and complaining constantly, and now you sitting next to somebody like everything's good. But I don't know. Maybe I need to grow a little bit. If I don't like a bitch, I don't want to sit near you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not going to pretend. You just don't exist to me. So
that's how I feel too. I feel like I'm not like I may be cordial with you. Like I may say, "Hey, how you?" I may take the Trish effect, which we could have moved to that segment, you know. And she goes, "I think a lot could be because Mel brings up the whole, which was once again Mel producing. Mel brings up the fact that Trisha doesn't like Sunny because of Destiny, and Trish said, "No, I don't have no problem with her, but I'm not going to be cordial with her either." And she goes, but that's what we're all saying. How can you? What has she done to you personally for you not to like her? Okay. Lord Jesus, I forgot about that lady already. Now you have brought her back. I have forgot about her already. Lord Jesus, not Miss Wanda, y'all. But here's my thing. I feel like her, like we all know that Trisha's loyalty is going to be with Destiny because Trisha is trying to get her footing on the show, and she's going to go with the majority. Because only one only one person has a problem with Destiny out of the main cast, and that's Mel. So I think for this instance, Mel calling that out was to me a chess move to kind of take the attention off of Shanita. I saw you doing that, Mel, and I was like, it was a good move because I didn't think that because I don't feel like, in my opinion, Trish should have a problem with this. I mean, with Sunny, because she wasn't involved in that. She just met Destiny and just started training with her. So it's like, I don't know, just weird. It's really weird that she did that, but at the same time, it was kind of entertaining. So then we get on the whole Sunny, Moses, and Destiny. And y'all, I am so sick of talking about this shit. Like, I really am. I don't care about it. Like, I don't. But they again become on the situation of explaining. So Mel explains it to Shanita and Lauren about this whole Sunny, Destiny, Moses thing. So basically, she says that Destiny was a cast member on the show. and Sunny was her producer. And Destiny's boyfriend that she had and was with, Sunny is now married to. So Shanita takes the stand to say, "Oh, okay, well, why are y'all mad at her? Why are you not mad at the man?" And everyone was all like, "Well, because they were, especially Letitia and Trish, they were speaking up saying, oh, but yeah, they were friends." And Sunny's looking like, we were not friends. She goes, and then everyone was like, yeah, but y'all would hang out when she would come to St. Louis. You would go and get her and stuff. Sunny said, we hung out one time, and Sunny is saying, as she's been saying this entire time, she didn't know that they knew each other at all when she got with him. I said, Sunny, you're lying. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. And I wish she would just keep it a buck. I really wish Sunny would just say, look, when she dropped him and they was no longer a couple, I saw him and said, boom, there it is. I knew who he was. I didn't care about Destiny in that time because they weren't married. I wish she would say it like that. No, it wouldn't be any less sneaky, but at the same time, just keep it real. Just say, look, she dropped him, I picked him up. Boom. It is what it is. Yeah, so but Destiny probably been venting to Trish. I think she has. I don't disagree with that. I think she absolutely has. Regardless if they were friends or not, they definitely were sharing information between each other like friends do. Yeah, definitely has a
Mhm.
different definition of friend. I agree with that too. Because Destiny's not innocent in this situation either. So it's like, come on. It would be dirty if they it would be dirty even if they were just cordial. I don't think so because she's on the show. It would be like, why invite her on the show and bring her in front of people that aren't going to be cordial because then they're one sided. It's like they're not even giving the situation a chance. They're just immediately jumping to Destiny's side because this really wasn't known yet to the public at this point in time until Carlos's podcast. So it's kind of biased in a way, you know. He dropped Destiny. Yeah, well, I mean, we could go back and forth about this whole situation. As I said, I'm like, look,
I think that's
at
a
the end
good
of
thing to point out, though, the fact that he did drop Destiny, because Destiny is talking about this and tripping and don't want to be around a girl, but then acts like it's okay for her. But then at the same time, it's like, girl, who cares? He didn't want you. So why do you care? Why keep talking about it? Who cares? Who
I
cares?
mean,
I want this whole Destiny and uh the hell is the other one's name? Sunny. I want them both to just be with Moses, which it seems like Sunny is trying to do. And for Destiny, like, what is your purpose on the show? Why are you back? Where is your man? Who are you dating? Where's the
I
chicken man?
feel like
How did
this did it.
the
Yeah, I feel like this did not do what Carlos and Destiny thought this was going to do. Because and I don't know, it could be because Sonny and Moses wasn't really on the show like that, so we couldn't see it from a clear view. And then the things that came out, like when they were first on the first couple of episodes, it was kind of hard for me to really see Destiny's point of view until she met up with Sonny. I felt like that exchange should have been carried out a little bit further and more information should have been dropped because I then looked at the situation like, okay, this is not getting anywhere. It wasn't until Stormy's little mixer, that little Valentine's, whatever that shit she was having, that's when I started to see it. I said, oh, okay, I see it now. When they had their confrontation. So yeah, I just wanted to talking. We can move on to other things. So Sunny hanging out with Kimmy outside the show and Kimmy saying they're not friends. But when Sunny hang out with Destiny inside the show, everyone wants to say they're that's a good point. That's a good point. But I think the situation with that point to kind of add a bit Kimmy only mentioned the whole Sunny showing up to support her in the cancer thing, which still is a form of them being outside of the show and Sunny making the initiative, even if it's just to make sure she's okay and needs prayer. It's still an initiative to say they were outside of the show in dealings with each other. So they're not friends from that, right? But that's a good point. I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. I just really want Destiny and Sunny to talk so we can move on to other things. It's not going to happen that way. I just say when it's not going to happen like that because Destiny's going to always be angry about this. Destiny's going to be angry about this, and to me, I'm just going to say this on just between us. Watch your mouth reviews. My channel, allegedly. I feel like there's a part of Destiny that wanted to marry that man, and he wasn't doing it, and married Sunny as a slight to her face. It kind of reminds me of when Lamar Odom married Khloe Kardashian, and his baby mama, who came on Basketball Wives, was talking about how Lamar never said he wanted to get married, never said he wanted to do anything, but then he goes and marries Khloe a month after he meets her. This reminds me of that. This reminds me of that situation. That's what this is. And to me, I kind of feel like, well, I mean, you have to take that in strides and say that wasn't the one for you. If he did not want to get married, and if he didn't want to do anything to which y'all were already doing, that wasn't the one for you. And you should be okay with that. Because quite frankly, I don't think Sunny's the one for him either. But hey, it's not my marriage. I ain't got shit to do with it. So there we go. But y'all, we're gonna move on because I think we went into a rabbit hole with this one. I'm gonna read a couple more of these comments. He seemed to have wanted more as well, naming the business after their future child. But it was never a child though. That's what I'm saying. He could have a child with her. That doesn't mean marriage. Because if that's the case, then there wouldn't be baby mama and baby daddy situations if we're really thinking that children can take the place of a future situation of marriage. Just because they wanted a baby with together, how many people have babies with people they're not married to? So that's not the same thing. That should make the person your best friend to help you in your time of need. Kimmy had a life-threatening illness, and her own sister-in-law and Destiny wasn't even there for her. I don't want to say they weren't there for her because they could have been. I mean, at least Tisha. At least Tisha. I don't know about that. I can't speak on Destiny, but I can't see Tisha being her sister-in-law because this is beyond friendship. This is, you're married to two brothers. I can see Tisha being there for her. But yeah, let's move on because we kind of getting off topic here. Sorry, y'all, but great conversation. A bit say meaning meet you. Let me see. I know Kevin Reynolds was in here somewhere. Yeah, good conversation, y'all. I'm happy y'all chiming in. I love this interaction. I do. So it then comes to where were we at? Where we were talking about, Shanita saying like y'all should be mad at the men, y'all shouldn't be mad at the girls, and them trying to define the friendship and the situation. And Mel puts it out there on Front Street. Fuck Destiny. And everybody was like, "Wait, what?" And so Nell was like, "Well, is Destiny coming? Because I don't want to talk about Destiny if she not here." And Tisha said, Destiny is definitely coming. And Mel goes, I didn't know Destiny was coming. And I said, Mel, because Tisha has let it be known that she texts Mel and they showed the receipts. And I said, Mel, come on, you knew Destiny was coming. If not, Tisha didn't show you, then definitely production told you that Destiny will be here on this day. Come on, I'm not going to play with Mel like that. That's when I believe Mel was full of shit.
Melody also explained it to her earlier in the episode and the episode before in preparation that she was inviting her, and the reason why is because of whatever the +1 thing. Nell knew. I'm sick of Nell too. Tisha and Nell could go for me. I don't, and I'm getting tired of her referring to her husband as Fletcher. You don't call that man babe, honey, something. Why the hell you got to call him Fletcher?
But I just feel like the thing about Mel that I wish she would just put it on Front Street that of how she feels about Destiny and just move on. Because to me, there's something there that you feel. And I think we're going to get into it as the episode goes on, or as the season goes on. But I'm just like, it's just like, Mel, you didn't have to lie about that. You'd be like, yeah, I knew Destiny's coming, but I could give two shits in the fuck if she's here. And that's why you in the room with her. That's what I would have told Tisha. If it was me, I'd say, yeah, that's why you're in the room with her. Because I knew she was coming. And I feel like, hey, you wanted to invite her. Now you got to deal with her. Because I don't want to deal with her. I feel like if Mel was on that type of energy, then I would be like, yes, Mel, 100% right. But the fact that Mel wanted to play like she didn't know Destiny was coming, I was like, okay, Mel, come on. And it was a to be continued. And I'm just like, y'all, this shit is getting exhausting. This shit is getting exhausting because these ladies act like they are in high school. Like Sunny said earlier in the episode, I feel like she's in high school because it is. It's high school. All this shit wasn't even necessary. Nail over there acting up and talking crazy over a name card, and then Mel did a live today and said that the text messages was discussed between her and Tisha, so the truth will come out. Mm. So Tisha wasn't supposed to air that out, that she had told Mel that Destiny was coming. Is that how I'm supposed to understand that? Is that what she said on her? I don't watch the lives, y'all. I don't have time throughout my day. I barely have time to organize this. So if that's what she meant, it still doesn't matter. It's like, well, whether if it comes out at the reunion or if it comes out now, it still happened, regardless of when you wanted to discuss it. So I still believe that Mel knew, regardless of whether Tisha told her or production. I feel like Mel knew that Destiny was coming. End of story. I don't feel any differently. So
Y'all not gonna have your like. They don't even do cast strips like that. So you finally get one, and you think that not everybody who's on the cast is gonna show up. They know what it is, but as a bitch say, when it's dead, the truth will come out. It will come out.
oh yeah. I believe it. Like I said, I think everybody has fault in this situation. And I feel like this friend group, I need them to do something different. I need them to do something different because this is not working. I mean, hey, we always agree to disagree on this channel. I mean, because we all love each other at the end of the day. We see it. Yeah, let's be real. Tisha had her phone. Why she didn't show it? I would have if it was me. I would have. I would have showed. I said, see right here, and this is where, and they have iPhones, so you can see when someone read the shit. So, or unless she turned that feature off. But I'm like, see, she read it, y'all. See, she knew Destiny was coming. Don't play with me, Mel. She knew she was coming. I would have said that if it was me. But that was pretty much the episode, y'all. I feel like at this point, I don't want next season because I know we're about to come to the season finale here pretty soon. Because Love and Marriage Detroit is coming back, and unfortunately, I'm picking up that bullshit. So we're gonna be here for that. But I feel like for next season, Carlos, I feel like you need to get rid of Trish. You need to get rid of Destiny. You need to get rid of Nail. I heard a rumor that Stormy quit the show. I don't know if that's true or not. I hoping it's allegedly that someone was just putting that out
She
there.
is the one person who does not need it financially.
She doesn't need the show, so yeah.
She got a lot going on, but yeah, I hope she left because it doesn't seem like she clicks well with any of them either. I feel like Stormy would do better on like a show like Bell Collective or Housewives of Atlanta. Even I just don't feel like she fits Love and Marriage Huntsville. I've never felt like she
Everybody need to go.
That damn Gina.
Right? Can we scrap this whole cast? And oh, not you, Hope Storm. I don't know what to believe. I guess we'll see when it comes. But I've heard like it was a rumor allegedly. I was watching somebody's blog that said that Stormy allegedly quit the show. I don't know. We'll see.
She won't interact with nobody on this show. And the one that she did interact with, unfortunately, passed away. And outside of that, she don't seem to have like a true friendship or interact with anybody on this show. Well, she talked to Trish, but Trish is boring as hell. She don't count. But
the problem with Trish is that I don't know what I'm getting out of her. That's my only problem with Trish. I don't know what I'm getting. When I look at her on screen, she does this old poised, timid, but has the whole storyline of grandeur in front of her. You have a whole husband while you sit over there shacking up with this man, and y'all timelines are all fucked up, and we can't even get into that shit. But we have to talk about, and then this whole thing about you and Martell, and it was like, I can't with Trisha. Like, I can't. Take her pity, but I heard Mel went in on her on live. I heard that she went in like a mug on Miss Betty. See, I'm not going to go here with y'all. I'm going to try to say that.
She is, Kevin.
Is.
She is. You could tell she one of them girls who've been with the same boy since high school, and then he did something to irritate her, probably somewhere in her 20s. And now, whenever they get mad, they do this toxic cycles, or she got to date whoever she can. She making up for lost time. That Trish, and I'm sick of all her wigs. I'm sick of the wigs, Trish.
Especially this one on this vacation. We was like, Trish, like,
Get some braids like the rest of your
I was
sisters.
like,
What are you doing?
that is not vacation hair. That is not a vacation hairstyle. Like,
I'm
I
not gonna
was
lie,
like,
y'all. I'm in Hawaii right now. I was getting some food, some crab. Got to get seafood. And I seen some chicks come up. I said, the hell is raining out here? Tropical storms. And she's worried and touching her. I hope my wig glue don't lift. Well, that's why the fuck you don't wear stuff like that to tropical climates. I just was like, come on. But no, Trish gives me that. She'll go on a tropical vacation and have that stiff
I
wig.
wasn't. I mean, I didn't think anybody. The only person's hair that was semi okay was maybe Kimmy and Tisha's because they actually wore the appropriate hairstyle. And I feel like Stormy's wig was okay. It was too big, but it was okay. Everybody else, yeah, I wasn't feeling that shit at all.
Oh, bitch, still winning. You're so true. It did that. It just did that. I'm telling you, it just did that. Lord,
But that's
Melody's
it,
hair
y'all. That's
was braided wrong. I feel like they shouldn't have
it
done
was.
those like
It,
color tones with like the French braids at the front. It didn't work. Not a disheveled Q-tip. Someone's hair looked like a disheveled Q-tip.
what is the image? Because I'm picturing that now.
Y'all got my
Y'all play
husband
too much.
chuckling in the
Y'all
background.
is playing too much in this chat. Dang.
God bless you.
I love each and every one of y'all. I do. A big statement and Kevin Reynolds, me, you. Where y'all at? Y'all in this chat. HK's here. I love you too. And yes, Letitia got on my nerves this episode. She always does. Like she always.
She
But
needs to
y'all,
be worrying about making friends so that she could get her a friend like Black Dolores on New Jersey or Erica Dixon on Love and Hip Hop so that she can have friends that's going to come after her man for whatever he's doing. Because I know that Marceau is doing something. I don't know if he's doing something with somebody. I don't know how he's doing his something, but he's doing something that he shouldn't be
he
doing as
give
a
me the
married
type.
man.
He give me a type that like when he's sneaky, like he knew how to do it from like a kid's point. You know how you have kids when you have like a whole bunch of kids and you got the one that is just sneaky. You could see it, but you never call them out because you think it's so clever how they did it. That's what he gives me. Like he does. I don't know why. Like you could clearly see it. So
Shout out to LA. I
shout out
love
to
LA.
LA. We love LA. We Bay Area folks here on this channel. So it is we stay. But yeah, Marcel gives me that. I don't know why, but he gives me the kid that was always so sneaky and you see it, but you think it's just so clever how they did it, so you don't correct it immediately, and he continues to do it. I knew so many people like that growing up. We went to high school with people like that, just crafty with their crookedness. Yeah, that's all that is. Just crafty with their
Some of them
crookedness.
still crooked.
I wasn't gonna say all that because I ain't seen half of them in years. So
No, I know half of them people, the Mount Eden monarchs, y'all is crooked. And they know they are. Hell.
But that's it, y'all. This was a fun live. I had such a good time with every single last one of you. Thank you so much for coming in. We love you guys. We thank you for your comments. Whether we agree or disagree, we still got a lot of love for all of y'all. Y'all are always welcome back to my channel. Comment. We're going to turn up. My next recap, you guys, is Real Housewives of Dubai. That's going to be on Wednesday. I know we're going to be on Mrs. Best channel on Tuesday for Basketball Live. So if you guys are not subscribed to Mrs. Best, her information is in my description box. Please go subscribe to her channel because we will be there Tuesday to discuss Basketball Wives, and then we'll be back on my channel for Wednesdays for Real Housewives of Dubai. And I have Real Housewives of Salt Lake City coming up on my channel, as well as Love and Marriage Detroit coming up soon. I also will be picking up Married to Medicine when that comes back, and also Real Housewives of Potomac. And y'all know I'm gonna do Real Housewives of Atlanta whenever that is here. So, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we have a good time. Dubai actually doing a lot better than I thought it was. And I think
it's giving what housewives should give.
I can't.
Mess.
I feel like yes, because I feel like it's a right kind of irritant that we need when it comes to these reviews. Like it's the right kind of irritant. because they all are irritating in such crazy ass ways that are obvious. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, this live was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. But please come to Mrs. Best channel on Tuesday for Basketball Wives, because I'm sure that episode is going to be a whole bunch of foolishness that we can't wait to talk about. So I'll see you guys once again. I love each and every one of you. Shout out to the replay gang. Like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all don't just, watch and be nosy. Go ahead and subscribe because you want to see us every week. You want to. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.